Explore Hadrian's Wall with us as we walk coast to coast in 8 days. Today, we continue our journey along the wall from Gilsland to Walton. Nicole's trail dances have been a staple of this journey, so we start with another one at our country B&B. The first part of our journey is about a half mile down onto the wall, where we diverted yesterday to the local pub. Interestingly, our B&B was called Hill on the Wall, and from our room we could actually see the stretch of the wall that we're going to walk this morning. We head back through town and past this gate. Now we're back on Hadrian's Wall. Today will be our last day with any real remnants of the wall, but there's a lot of cool stops on today's journey. The white building up on the hill to our right is our B&B from last night. And here we see a Roman turret. We made a lot of animal friends on this trip, and we had to stop to pet this cat. Down this wall to one of the more interesting things that we'd see today, which is this bridge footing. Behind me is the river, and the Roman bridge would have gone over the water to this fort that controlled access. Over the years, it was adapted and changed, so there's several layers of construction on top of each other. But it's a nice remnant of the Roman history. As we cross a modern metal bridge, the sign tells us that it was flown in by helicopter, which shows the commitment of the community to the Hadrian's Wall path as an important part of English history. We thought today's hike was going to be pretty flat, and then boom, straight uphill on the other side of the river and into this fort, which would have guarded the opposite side of the bridge on the river. At some point, someone built a medieval house in the middle of the ruins of the fort, so you can see several layers of construction. We pass along this wall and through these trees and emerge at Wald, which is another preserved Roman fort. We got our stamp and chose not to see the fort because we could look over the fence. At this point, we'd seen a number of Roman forts and chose to save our money. This is the field where Time Team dug their Wald episode. If you've ever seen that one or want to watch it, this is the field where Time Team was working. From here, we got out into the fields and what most of our day would look like, which is countryside walking. There's no remains of Hadrian's Wall along this stretch other than the bit of vallum that you can see to my left. Mostly we saw sheep fields, and country farms that just had a really lovely day hiking the English countryside. It's actually kind of nice how the countryside changes so regularly. We emerge from the trees to find an honesty snack shack where you can get some treats. You just leave money on the honor system. We had lunch at a Roman turret and then kept moving. I think my preferred walking path was along the farm fields rather than the road because the cars made me nervous. The sheep were friendly and they'd just get out of your way as you came near them, but the cars were more annoying. The farm fields could be a little rough on the ankles, though. Here we find a strange Roman turret that was built in the wrong way. It's at an angle to the wall. It might have been left over from a turret built before the wall was finally started. In any case, we pass through this little town. The ruins here were made of an inferior limestone, so the locals have actually reburied a lot of Hadrian's Wall to preserve it. This last stretch is simply a climb up into the town of Walton, where we're going to be stopping for the day. We'll spend the night in an English country castle nearby. Ahead you can see our friends from Manchester again. They turn up in a lot of these videos. Our instructions are to stop in Walton, which is along the Hadrian's Wall path, and wait to be picked up. We plan to get some snacks at the local bakery as we wait for our ride. There really wasn't a day on the wall where we felt rushed, even though there were a few days of 14 or 15-mile walks. None of the days, except for our last one, were really long hikes. We always arrived much earlier than planned and often had to kill time before checking into our lodgings. And we weren't even walking particularly fast. Without breaks, we could do a 20-minute mile at best. Up on the hill, you can see the town of Walton. This final stretch takes us up into the town on these narrow country roads. We see a last bit of wall, and then make the final climb. We arrive at the local bakery where we'd kill some time and wait for our ride to the Oakwood Park Hotel, a wonderful country house that felt like the movie Clue. I kept waiting for mysteries to happen as we enjoyed our lovely evening and a great meal with some new friends. Check back soon as we hike from Walton to Carlisle along Hadrian's Wall.